So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop. Prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on, so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. You might have heard that live shopping is exploding, and I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront, and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. Happy New Year and happy Monday. Come on in. As we kick off the new year, maybe tomorrow. New Year's Day. Come on. You don't start your goals on New Year's Day, do you? The gym is the quietest place in the world on New Year's Day. It kind of cracks me up sometimes. I'm going to give you a tool today that I've used for a long time. It overlays everything else you're doing. It's more of a concept about how to keep track of things. I call it my M.A.P.S. system. I'll explain it to you here in a minute. Not going to work very hard at it. It's more of an overview to keep you on track. And anybody who's ever used it gets it, loves it, and just about any system you use will fit right into it. So we'll talk about that today. It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com, the positive boost you need every single day. New Year's Day, getting going on a brand new year. And it's a start of the countdown to 5,000 year too. About 18 years ago, I set the goal to do the Daily Boost podcast, and I just kind of randomly said, I'll make it 5,000. Be careful of the goals you set, right? Because I had no idea to do 5,000 episodes. But this year, after another 264 episodes, we will hit 5,000. That's kind of the goal. It's been that way for a long time. And people are saying, Scott, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Tell us what you're going to do. Well, I can tell you this. I'm being called to build upon what I've done. And sometimes to build new and to build something that you really, really want to get into, something a little bit different, sometimes you have to let some things go. So I'm building a bridge right now, like I talked about last week. And I'm going to count down 264 more episodes, and then we're going to get to the end of the year, and I'm going to retire from the Daily Boost. Daily Boost will still be there. Maybe somebody else will do it. I don't know. We can talk about that stuff. But for me personally, I've got some other stuff I think you're going to like a bigger impact I can have. And the bottom line is I'm just being called to do it, and I just can't get away from it. I'm having the faith. I'm going to make the leap. I'm going to go do some things that I've talked about doing for a long time. And it starts today. More on this coming up. I don't want to take your time today on that one. Woohoo! Let's go. All right, on Monday, we always ask the question, have you done your homework? I've done this ever since, I think, the first or second episode of the Daily Boost. The questions have changed over the years. The question these days within your homework assignment is, how is my life going? If it's going good, you must defend what you have, because it will change. It will be taken from you someday. If it's not going good, you need to change it. because it might get worse someday if you don't pay attention to it. If it's somewhere in the middle, it's going to get better or it's going to get worse. Usually worse. If it's in the middle, you need to make a change today. So ask that question when you get done today, how's my life going? And jot down a couple of answers and then watch the universe, as they say, God, if you will, give you the solutions to what you need to be doing. How's my life going? That's your homework. Let's talk about the M.A.P.S. system. Something I started using, this is probably at least 18 years old, maybe 17 years old, maybe a little bit younger than the start of the Daily Boost. But I was looking for something because, let's be frank about it, okay? I'm in the business of having to figure stuff out. I'm in the business of not only trying to get what I want in my world, but also help a lot of other people do the same thing. So I think this stuff through, and what do? We come up with acronyms. That's what we do. We create acronyms, but if they're good acronym, then it works really well because it's easier to remember. I'm a pilot as well. There is no thing in the world that has more acronyms than flying. It's crazy. So I come up with acronyms, and the M.A.P.S. system is one of them. So what is that? M.A.P.S. is very simple. It's motivation, it's accountability, it's planning, it's systemization, and it's sustainability. Now, as I said when I started the program today, this is something that overlays everything. So this is not something that you sit down and you go, okay, Scott, give me the system and there's A, B, C, here's how we do it. No. This is a conceptual nature of where things are to keep you moving forward every single day, which I find typically is the problem that I find with most people. You know what you want to do, you figure out what to do it. The trick is to get yourself to keep doing it. That's always the problem. That's why we start with motivation, but not in the way you're thinking. So I take the M and it's for motivation. Everything begins with knowing your why and why you set your goal to help you stay motivated. Now, if you listen to me at all, you know I always put the why. It's a little bit, the what is superior to the why. Because I just noticed over time and paying attention that usually what pops into my head first is, what do I want? What do I want to do? That's the first thing. And then once I get excited about it, I start to get the why I want to do it. So the reason that happens is something gets your attention. Oh, look at that. That's kind of cool. We explore the possibility. Things pop in and go, oh, that's what I want to do. You start doing it. You start to get passionate about it. When you get passionate about it, spending your time and energy on something, then, and only then, motivation kicks in, instantly becomes automatic. Once you're passionate about what you're doing, the motivation is always there. And then the why becomes important once that kicks in. Why is that? Because your passion is going to lead to purpose. So if you're looking to figure out what your purpose is, it starts with getting passionate about something, getting motivated, finding your purpose, then you'll find your why. It's very cool stuff. Okay, what's next? Accountability. Now, this is one a lot of people argue with me on. Some people are too accountable. Most people are not accountable enough, and you are the boss of you. And so there's not much we can do here. I mean, if you're not a good employee to yourself, there's a problem. Or if you're a bad boss to yourself, there's a problem. But being accountable and accepting responsibility for your results will empower your success. The buck stops with me. I mean, I could argue that sometimes I didn't cause that. I didn't do it. Sometimes he did that. She did that. I didn't set myself up for that. It was bad weather. Something happened. I could argue that, yeah, I'm not responsible. I'm not going to be accountable for that. But the truth is, who else is going to do it? I'm telling you, when you become accountable for everything you've decided to do and everything that happens to you, and you just accept your responsibility for the results that are coming in your life changes. Saying, if it's to be, it's up to me. It's a great way to get started. So motivation, accountability, what's next? The P in planning. Plan your work your plan. It's simple. If you can't plan it, you won't be able to do it. Why did I put planning after accountability? Well, yes, it fit in the acronym better. There's no doubt about that. But the truth is, I find that I'm not going to make a plan until I really, really have my why, know what I want to do, and I've decided to do it. I'm going to hold myself accountable to get it done. That's called commitment. So it's motivation, it's accountability, it's planning. What's next? Systemization is next. The first step of anything you do is going to be difficult. Have you ever started something new? It's hard, isn't it? If it's your first time down the road, it's like, man, I'm never going to get this. And eventually, if you work at it hard enough and you acquire the skills, you master the skills, whatever was so hard in the beginning gets easy. I oftentimes will think of the first day at school or the first day on a job, how difficult it is that first month to figure stuff out, get the lay of the land, and eventually it's just old school, it's old hat. So systemization is key. So once we're motivated, we have accountability, and we have a plan, we're starting to work that plan, we want to systemize things. So as soon as we get comfortable with everything that's going on, we want to lock it in and make sure we just keep repeating and keep doing it again and again and again. Systemization is the key. It's how you avoid burnout as well. And finally, the final S in my system here, my double S's, sustainability. It's a simple fact and simple truth. In this life, almost everything you do will take longer than you think it will. You're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to work at it. Sometimes you got to wait for the timing to be right, and you don't have any control over the timing. Momentum is built by stacking your accomplishments and your skills sequentially. So make sure you set yourself up for the long haul. Whatever you do, make sure it's sustainable for a long time. What does that mean? It means taking care of yourself. It means eating right. It means sleeping. It means all that stuff to make sure you can continue the journey. I would never have gotten to almost 5,000 episodes in this program if I didn't create sustainability into my system. And that doesn't mean I haven't played hard along the way. I certainly have, but no, I had to have it. The M.A.P.S. system. Motivation, accountability, planning, systemization, sustainability. The freedom you desire on a stable and repeatable foundation is built using just those steps. So play around with that today. You might want to write those notes down. If you don't get my daily nugget, you'll have to write them down because I send it out on the daily nugget to my premium members. You may not have it. That's okay. You've got a pen and paper. You can do it too. Tomorrow, Stoic rules for a happy life. You know me. I kind of like the Stoicism thing. I'll toss a few of my favorites out to you tomorrow. I think you're going to find it as a great guide for what you're doing this year in 2024. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.